All righty, we're set. Cool. I wish I would have got all that on the podcast.
What's that?
The first bit.
Oh.
You guys meeting each other.
You clapped, didn't you?
Yeah, I clapped.
Yeah,
we're good.
so we're
rolling. Oh, yeah.
It was on there. Well, I guess
I don't think we weren't mic'd up.
We weren't mic'd, but you could probably pick it up.
Maybe, yeah.
You might be able to pick some of
I
that.
missed the Coors bit.
Well, I was making fun of him for drinking Bud Light.
Yeah.
He said not in Colorado.
Nope.
No way.
Yeah.
It's Coors.
Yeah.
No way. Someday when we get you over to the ranch, Kelly Jo Skanga, she'd shoot you if she ever caught you with a Bud Light on her ranch. She's the biggest supporter of Coors Light of anybody I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Right here.
Down lower?
Higher.
Higher?
There you go.
Oh, my
And
God.
you got to go closer and backer. Like,
Oh, really?
We're recording, Blaine.
What movie? There's a movie that they do that in. It's like closer, no farther away.
Yeah.
What show is that?
forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Closer? No.
All right.
It's going to be a little inappropriate, I think, but that's all right, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll clean it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Well, thanks for doing this, man.
Oh, yeah. No, thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah. It's a good excuse to get you guys in the same room, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. I love networking and meeting new people. It's great to see Kevin again.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
bet.
Heck yeah. We were just talking. It's been, this is the 4th year.
This is our fourth year.
Which blows my mind because it feels like it was yesterday.
Right?
At your guys' opening for the booth with Derek and Clay was all there. How's Clay doing?
He'll be here tomorrow.
He's be here tomorrow?
Yeah,
Awesome.
he'll be here tomorrow. He's doing great. You know, since that time, they've had, another kid.
Yeah.
So he's
Full speed ahead.
Oh, yeah. He's busy as all get out. And so,
Yeah.
just it's doing the deal,
That's crazy. But yeah, it feels like just time flies by and it's been 4 years here now. How's it going for you guys?
It's good.
Yeah.
We had, we had a great launch and everything was going. We were climbing and things were good. And then we hit that sophomore slump a little bit. You know what I mean? And so you kind of realize you need to do some things differently and what worked the first year. And then we had a little ownership issue, that we had to work through. And, it's just part of doing business, and having partners and stuff. And we had to figure that out. And then we kind of hit our stride again last year. And we got a lot of good things going right now.
It's great to hear.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, explain. Okay, so I'm coming into this, and I told these guys it's probably good in a way, just for viewership. Like, I don't know much about your product. The only exposure I had to you was a few years ago. Kevin's like, hey, I'm going down to this booth for a couple hours. These guys have been talking you up. So explain what your product is, right?
Yeah.
And kind of what we're how it could be applicable to guys like me. Right?
Yeah, you bet. No, I appreciate it. So this is what I guess before I get into the product and everything, I'll just tell you a little bit about my background. So I got into dietary supplements when I graduated from school and I never had I was an athlete. I always played sports and, all that kind of stuff. Used supplements when I was working out and training, but it wasn't something that I was like passionate or wanted to do for a career or anything like that. But when I ended up graduating from the University of Utah here in Salt Lake, this is Vita Valley right here. I mean, there's I'll bet you 2/3 of every supplement in the United States is manufactured and distributed out of Salt Lake City or from Ogden down to St. George. I mean, this is insane. And all those industrial buildings that you see on the west side of I-15, that's all manufacturing, warehousing, formulating. And so the company that hired me right out of school, a big $1 billion, company, worked my way up the deal and kind of got, hit a ceiling. And I'm kind of an aggressive person and I wasn't going to sit around and wait. And so I left, started with a tiny little startup company and got to do everything in there. And in the process of doing that, I just found that I became really, really passionate about natural wellness and clean supplements and different things. And so I did that for about 20 years. Well, I've been doing it, for about 20, I guess it's been, I'm getting old, 25 years, about, that long. And I met Clay, our business partner. Kevin knows him. And we started hunting together over in Colorado in, I think it was 2016. I was actually Clay's very first client. I went over there. I didn't draw any tags. I didn't have anything going on here in Utah or anything else. And so I went over to hunt deer with Clay and he and I kind of hit it off. And he had another company's brand. I won't say that company's brand, but I was busting his chops. Like, I can't believe you have this shit. Can I say that on the podcast?
Well, you did, so we're good.
Sorry about that, Blake.
We're PG-13 today.
You're like,
fine.
you're like, Alex, who in the heck is this guy? I can't believe you just got him on this podcast. Yeah. No, and so we just kind of hit it off. I was busting his chops about this other brand that he was drinking. And that conversation started in 16, and then it took us until 22. And, Clay and I's relationship continued to grow, and we became pretty close. And I just said to him, I'm like, let's go do our own thing, like, let's go do something that's clean, that's natural, that, fits a niche that we're passionate about. We're passionate about hunting, Western lifestyle, fishing, whatever outdoors. I mean, that's kind of our thing. And so we did. And that became the genesis of Apex. We launched with 3 specific products. We have a clean natural energy that's not a true pre-workout, so it's not full of caffeine and everything like that. It's not going to give you the jitters, but it's got a hero ingredient in there that's called Elevate TP. And what that does is it triggers your body to create its own energy naturally without using an external stimulant, and tax your adrenal glands and everything. So it's a pretty gangster product. In fact, Alex used it all fall. What do you call it? Deer blood?
Deer blood. That's what what I was telling Kevin he should take today when he does his workout.
I've tried it a bunch. I don't know if it's, I know I'm caffeine sensitive, but like I'm stimulant sensitive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so like, I've used it for a while, right? But I can't do it during hunting season.
Yeah.
Like I cannot.
Really?
Because I'm a wreck.
Man,
just in general, just me in general.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really have coffee if I'm going hunting.
Yeah. Really?
And I'm total opposite of Kevin. I'm like a junkie. I'm like pre-workout, yes, check, right? Am I okay? I go to sleep after that, right? And drink a coffee, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was curious. And we're polar opposite ends of the spectrum, So how would that product, we can wait till we get into this, but that's where my mind's going. It's like, okay, I'm going to Tajikistan in October.
Oh, wow.
Elevation, anything, like what are your recommendations on that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
I still backcountry hunt, not like I used to. I'm going up to the Yukon in August. Going to go up there and go hunt. Like, I remember back in the day, I'll say as an old product, it was kind of Wilderness Athlete, right? I tried it and it was okay. And then I don't know if it really worked or not.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the electrolytes did.
Sure.
So that's where, a guy like me who's a novice with this stuff, I'll go pack 5-hour energy drinks or whatever and chuck them in my pack. You know what I mean? I know those aren't necessarily the best, but I'm curious because it sounds like this is a cleaner product. It's something I could use.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm also looking for sometimes that jolt.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, I got to get up this.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something to motivate me a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the beautiful part about these is we designed them so that there's a synergy with all of them. Like this morning, for example, I do this every morning. So Conquer is like the energy. Like if it's just a standalone, that's your energy, go to. And you usually feel it because it has about the equivalent of that cup of coffee that you're drinking as far as caffeine. And we use a green tea extract as our stimulant rather than like synthetic caffeine.
I'm drinking a quad Americano, by the way.
So you're amped, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That explains your introduction.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then the Elevate TP is really the hook. And it takes about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your metabolism, to kind of kick in. And you're not going to go like this. You'll just kind of take off.
Slow and steady.
You just kind of, you gain altitude, so to speak. And then you hit that plateau and you just cruise. And then the come down is like, it's not this, it's just you ride. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's really nice.
Yeah. So if you're going on a sheep hunt, just as an example, I'm trying to think of, proper application, right? So I'm waking up, I'm energized. Maybe I keep rolling on my own energy. You're a few hours into the hunt. You got a big push coming up. You're recommending the second product at that point, right?
Yes.
What was the name of that again?
And that's Quench.
Okay.
And so the cool thing about Quench, and you're talking about not only hydration, but oxygenation. So the cool part about that has all of your electrolytes that you need, your sodium, potassium, magnesium, all that. But the hero ingredient in that differentiates this, and I always say this, to my knowledge, we are the only company in this space, in the hydration space, that has a vasodilator in it. And vasodilation is huge. So when you're hiking or you're exercising, the more oxygen, the more oxygen we get to our muscle tissue, the better we're going to function, the better results we're going to have. And so the other part is the more oxygenation we have to our brain, the more mental clarity we're going to have, the more acuity, the better decision making that we're going to have. So when you're in Tajikistan and you're climbing, chasing those big old sheep up there, and you're 15,000 feet?
15 is the base. Yeah.
Yeah. So you might go as high as 17, 18?
I don't know what I'm getting into yet, but it sounds like it.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure. For sure.
And so that's the product that I would be pounding that constantly, because you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. The higher in elevation, I mean, you're over in Colorado. I have flatlanders that show up every year when we're guiding hunters and stuff over in Unit 68. They show up, they get altitude sickness. I mean,
Here, take this.
Yeah, and that's our
100%.
go-to.
Yep.
Boom, right there. So yeah, there you go, bud.
Yeah. And then what's your third product?
That's when you're done and you just pack
Recovery.
that sheep out, and that has all your branched chain aminos. And the cool part about that one, the hero ingredient, I like to refer to them as hero ingredients that differentiate us from, other products in that space, is that has a licensed ingredient called VitaCherry. And what that does is it helps to eliminate lactic acid and also reduce inflammation. And so when you're post-workout, post-hunt, exercise,
beat up.
whatever, and you're beat up, and you take it in the evening, that's what I usually recommend to people, because our body is in a restorative state when we're sleeping. And so that's when we're able to utilize those branched chain aminos and everything. So yeah,
That one's been my favorite. I've used that one a lot.
it is awesome. It's a good one.
Yep.
The fourth product is Ape. That's the one you don't have right now, but Ape.
Yes.
Yes, that's for camp. You know how guys.
That is for celebration.
That's for celebration. Let's say you get your deer, you get your elk, then you take Ape right before you start drinking, and then 1 in the morning, or what is it? 1 or 2 right before you start drinking, 1 or 2 in the morning.
It kind of depends on how much you're gonna, partake. But the whole concept behind it's called the American Party Elixir. We just launched it.
Oh, cool.
We actually, I brought it up here. I've been working on this formula for like 3 years, and you guys know what this show's like. Friday and Saturday night. I mean, you watch guys that are from 35 to 60 years old acting like we're in college again. You go to the expo or the auctions and stuff. Everybody's having a good time. And so I mixed up like 200 samples last year, and we brought it and gave out a couple on Friday night to some people. And Saturday morning, they all showed up and they're like, dude, what was that? I drank a bottle of whiskey by myself last night. I should not be up, and I'm rolling at 7 a.m., man. I got to get another one for tonight. Can I get some more? Can I get some more? And so we did it Saturday. I ended up giving out all 200 samples, and I'm not kidding you, to the person. They were coming back on Sunday morning, and they're like, can I get some more of that stuff? Where can I get this stuff? And so I said to Clay, like, dude, I think we got something here. I think we ought to take this to the next level and get it launched. And so we did, and we came up with the name American Party Elixir. It's a little different than our brand. We're actually running it's got its own website now. It's got its own marketing and everything. So a little more of an edgy brand, but it's fun.
So I went to the University of Alabama.
Okay, there you go.
That's a little mini Frank the Tank. And then I did so well after I graduated. I quit drinking after I was 23. So I haven't drank since I was 23. Is there any application for that product outside of drinking?
Yeah, liver support. So 100%. You can take it. It has it has electrolytes in it. It has your B vitamins in it, which are great. But then it has an ingredient called DHM. That's the hero ingredient. Please don't make me say it. It's like 27 letters long. It's like dihydramycide, blah, 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 so nicknamed DHM. And then it has like milk thistle and prickly pear, and all those things are really, really good for, liver health. So cool. Proper liver function.
Yeah.
So it's not just anti-hangover, but I mean,
Did you bring some with you?
oh, I've got lots of it, bud. I
Trying to get in line, Kevin?
Get in line.
I got plenty of it. So
That's awesome.
So yeah, we'll have it here at the show. I was gonna grab some this morning, and I just in a hurry trying to get over here, I forgot to grab a couple bottles. I'll make sure I get you guys hooked up.
I took one last night and this morning.
Did
Had
you?
about 5 hours of sleep, but woke up sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel great.
And the nice thing is,
I didn't drink.
No, I was gonna say we went to dinner last night. You didn't drink, so, but the nice thing about it is it doesn't have stimulant. So if you, let's say you stay out, have 5, 6, 7, cocktails, whatever, over a 3-4 hour period, your body typically metabolizes, 1 drink an hour.
Yeah.
That's kind of the average, if you take everybody into consideration. And so what this does is it helps to enhance our liver performance. And so we're processing 2, 3, drinks an hour. And so you can find that slot, ride it a little bit longer, but you're not building up all that toxin, which is called acetaldehyde. And that's what builds up. That's what gives you the hangover. That's what gives you the sour gut. That's what gives you that just groggy feeling. And so this helps to eliminate all that toxicity that's building up while we're drinking.
Okay, so again,
Mike's a nerd.
I'm not a scientific guy any way, shape, or form, so this may be totally like off base. You go to elevation, you produce more blood cells, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, right?
Mm-hmm.
Higher iron content,
Yep.
things like that
Yep.
too, right? So that product would probably be applicable for elevation too, right?
Mhm.
Because especially if you already run high in iron, like I run higher in iron
Yep.
as it is.
Yep.
So if I'm going up to 15,000 feet, the production's gonna
Yeah.
be even higher.
Yeah.
So even something like that would help process.
Yep.
Right. To the liver.
100%. 100%. That's actually,
You're welcome.
I was going to say,
Just teeing that one up.
I want
for you.
5%.
yeah, I was going to say,
You're the
to make
first
sure
testing. You're going to test it here in Tajikistan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Clay's headed over to Tajikistan to go hunt sheep next year. Yeah, I think he's going next year. So yeah, he's headed over there.
We'll be there in October. I can be the guinea pig. So if
There
I
you
kill over, you'll know not to do it.
Yeah,
No, just-
well, I don't know. Blaine said Blaine only came back part of him, so
liver shut down, eyes are yellow. No,
he's all jaundiced.
no, I was just kind of thinking different applications, right? Like just outside the box. Because
Yep.
I think sometimes it's easy to get perspective from somebody who doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, no,
Right?
100%. That was a
Versus-
great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, I'd never even thought of that until you just brought that up, but 100%, because that's the way our body works. And so, yeah, that would definitely be an application for it.
So Alabama, see, I learned a little bit. I wasn't totally an idiot. So
No, not at all. Obviously, that's a good SEC school, pretty
Yeah.
good football school too.
yeah, they're pretty okay.
That's where my son wants to go. He wants to go to an SEC school to play baseball. My son's a big baseballer, and he's next summer he'll be playing or this upcoming summer he's playing with the Milwaukee Brewers scout team. He's only 16 years old, and so
Cool.
yeah, it's
That's awesome.
But he wants to go Ole Miss or Alabama,
Yeah.
and he wants to go play down in the South. And I was
Both awesome schools.
Wouldn't be too shabby.
no,
Alabama's obviously better, but
I think Ole Miss is really where he wants to go. When he was little, we were watching the College World Series on ESPN or something, and he was about 5 or 6, and they had their baby blue, their baby blue uniforms.
Yep.
And I hate the baby blues. I think they're hideous, but he fell in love with them, and he wanted their hat and everything. And since then, that's just his thing. So that's where he wants to go.
That's cool.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's really cool.
He's got a lot of work to do between now and then, a lot of competition, but so far, so
yeah. Well, obviously not everybody's going to Tajikistan, right?
no.
So, but it sounds like you're guiding over in Swatch, yeah.
Yep.
So you got guys. That elevation over there is what, 8,000 feet or something?
Yeah, down the valley floor, I think we sit right about 7,800, and then most of the areas that we're hunting deer and elk in are anywhere from like 9,500 to 10,500, and depending on how the weather is sometimes and where the elk are at, we'll get up even higher than that. But most of the time we're right there between 95 and 10,500, 11.
Because that's one of the things, obviously we sell ranches all over the place, right? New Mexico to Montana, Idaho, Utah. Some of these elevations, I've got one ranch that's at 9,000 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect me. But my wife comes up, maybe she has a hard time sleeping that night, right? And trying to get acclimated. And we do find a lot of our clientele, there's usually a spouse or somebody else, they want to bring their brother or their dad or somebody like that who struggles with it. So there's still an application there too, yeah?
100%. In fact, Vale, Gypsum, that area over there, Unit 44.
Yeah, Unit 44, yeah.
Yeah, so this last fall, I helped another outfitter, Gypsum Creek outfitter, and his mother-in-law, they're from North Carolina, and either North or South Carolina, I can't remember. And she came out and was visiting. I mean, you go from living right there on the coast, 100 feet above sea level, and then you come to Gypsum, and you're sitting 8,500 up there, up the canyon. and she was getting violent headaches and, upset stomach and vomiting and everything. We gave her some quench and some recovery, and she woke up the next day. I mean, she was hugging me and thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. It was terrible. And so, yeah, 100%.
You're going to have to give me the sticky note of like, use this product for this, dummy. Use this product for this, right?
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Yeah. Because and then there's the flip side of these guys. They wait, 5-6 years to get the tag of a lifetime. And we've all been there if you've hunted a lot. You're all amped up. You get out there and all of a sudden you're weak, right? You start to fatigue. You start to get tired and you lose the battle in your head.
Yep.
And you have this tag of a lifetime that you either eat or you compromise and shoot something you really don't want to shoot.
Yep.
Right. So I think that's where these supplements could try to help keep you a little sharpened on your A game. Yeah.
100%. And, I've been there. I know what that feels like.
Oh yeah.
When you get down, we had a situation over in 44 last year. What do they call it? Like the goblins or something like that. That's, kind of, if you take that BLM back road between Gypsum going towards Vale, is it Vale or Eagle or wherever, and this guy, he was from Maryland and he shot a cow elk in the bottom of the deepest, darkest hole. And there's a whole story behind this, but when we got down to it and we got ready to get it and dress it out and everything and pack it up, it was 1,000 feet in elevation for a cow elk.
Oh boy.
And in my haste, I left the buggy and forgot to restock my, little bag or pocket and with some of my Apex products. I was hurting. I mean, I was hurting. Like when we got to the top, I went and I took Apex, Conquer, and one of the quenches. I mixed them together in a bottle of water. And it was the craziest feeling. Like I was sitting there. You ever watch those like cartoons where you see the like energy thing, like, ooh, like it came back.
Fill your tank back up a little bit.
Exactly. It filled it up. Yeah. And so it was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, on those multi-day hunts too, right? Like you get out there and you grind, you're tired, you're fatigued, you're not hydrating properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you start your lactic acid, like you're talking about, starts to build up. Your legs are heavy, and you know what happens. You get into your head. You're like, man, I really should be back home, or man, I really should be working, or what am I doing out here? Am I being selfish? And all these things start popping in your head, trying to give yourself an excuse to get out, right? So I think anything that can give you an edge to keep you in the game.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
How's your demographics like? Where have you guys transitioned? I know you initially kind of into the hunting space. Like who are you targeting right now on your marketing side? Like
still, like obviously the hunting world is really big. That's our kind of core and foundation. Yeah. And so we're still working with lots of outfitters and guides. Gunworks is another one of our big partners. If you're familiar with Gunworks, they're out of Wyoming.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And kind of the OG long distance shooting operation. So they've been a big supporter. We've got some guys down in Arizona now that we're working with. We're in the process of talking to one of the largest retailers in the entire world. I can't say their name I don't want to jinx myself, but you guys can probably figure out who that is right now. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully by October we'll have that game-changing moment that will happen. And then also the Western world, you guys are selling ranches and you're now up.
I'm just teeing this up for you because I know you're kind of getting into the Western side, the ranching side, the rodeo side, which is great. And I just want to let you kind of dive into that a little bit.
No, I appreciate it. I kind of figured that's where you were going with it. And that's been a lot of fun. And so we're partnered with like the USTPA, the Team Penning Association, national organization, people from all 50 states participate in that. And I've got really active in the team penning. In fact, we've got a big team penning coming up here in just south of here, about 20 minutes south of here next weekend. And so I enjoy the heck out of that. And then also the WSTR, the World Series of Team Roping, which is the highest money, paying equestrian event outside of racehorses in the United States. And so like we do a big event every year down in Vegas. They gave away $22.5 million in December. And the best part of that is that it's anybody. I mean, guys that just picked up a rope to, guys that have competed in the NFR, in Vegas at the Thomas and Mack. And I mean, it is a really super cool deal. And we've been embraced by that community. That community has really, embraced us. And so we're having fun with it. And,
awesome.
And Clay's a team roper. He roped for Colorado State in college. I've got into it and, it's just fun because it's all things that we're passionate about, and we get to take something else that we're passionate about, providing good, clean, natural supplements that can enhance people's experiences and what they're doing. And so,
and what do those guys say? What are the team ropers? I'm curious about because I've got that bug a little bit here, right? And I'm just curious is like what I'm sure they love it, right? Any athlete would enjoy this stuff, but like what's their feedback? Like I know you've been embraced a lot by the whole rodeo community and whatnot. So what's their initial feedback?
Yeah, their feedback.
Guys enjoying it?
Yeah, they really enjoy it. They like the energy because kind of like everything that you see, you walk into anything and the first year you see everybody drinking Monsters and Rock Stars and Red Bulls and, different, energy drinks. And then when they try this, it's like, wow, like I don't have that, jittery. I used to, before we put this together, I mean, I coached, travel level baseball. We went all over the country. I was a Monster fiend. I lived on that stuff, and you always do, you get that little bit of and then at the end of a ball game, you just get that crash, and so that was kind of the first thing. And kind of like you said at the very beginning, recovery has been the drink that they really, really, really enjoy. Because, if you ride a horse, a lot and all day, I mean, it's a full body workout. If you're really riding, you work every muscle in your body, leg workout, upper body, core, everything. And if you're swinging a rope, all day practicing, shoulders and joints get a little bit sore. And so they really enjoy the BCAs and then that Vita Cherry that's in there. So that's been our biggest feedback with the roping community is that's cool recovery.
Yeah. I'm happy for you. It's really cool. It's cool to see. Like, I think it's all of that translates, right? There's so many guys in the rodeo side that hunt, right? And there's so many guys on the hunting side that enjoy the Western sports side. Yeah. It's just I think it's a great symmetry.
Well, and what's interesting with that as well, kind of keeping in that same vein, last year we had our booth at the WSTR down there at the South Point, and I had a gentleman whose wife was really big into horses. He's from Kentucky. He's a lineman, that works power lines and stuff. And he was just kind of walking around all the booths while his wife was sitting over there looking at all the pretty horses and everything. At least that's what she told him he was looking at. It might have been the cowboys. I don't know. But anyways, he tried some and he goes, man, this is so much better than the crap that, my company buys us. And, as a lineman, those big companies, they have to provide hydration drinks through their, collective bargaining agreements and stuff with the unions. And he's like, man, this stuff is so good. So he took my name. I gave him a card, whatever. Didn't think much of it. You have people, you talk to people, they get excited or whatever. Well, March of last year, about a year ago right now, I got a phone call. I didn't recognize the number, and it was this guy, Hunter, and he calls me and he says, hey, would you be willing to come down here and talk to, my company? We're like the 4th largest line company in the country. We're in like 26 states and down in the islands and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? And he goes, well, I just want you to talk to our safety people. I want you to come down and introduce, because we all hate the product that they're currently buying us. And I said, yeah, sure. So I went down, I drove to Vegas, went and met with them, showed them our product. That has been a game changer. Like right now, I'm working on a huge deal with Nevada Energy to be their hydration drink right now. Yeah. So now, and once again, as I've got to know that industry a little bit, they all, they hunt and they fish and they are, motorbike guys, you know how men are. We all have like some passion that we do outside of.
It's all one off. It's all one off the next.
But just that, providing product to that one company, we now have 3 other companies that we're providing it for, and now this huge one. I mean, we land Nevada Energy, and I mean, it's all but done. Like, in fact, I was supposed to be down there yesterday. I had to, because of this event, they wanted me to come down, and so I'm going down there next week to hopefully finalize that deal. So yeah, it's been awesome, man.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
Okay, so a guy, like, if one's good, two's better in my mentality, right? So can you overdo it?
Well, that's the beautiful part about this. Well, how we organize these, if you look at our, it's called NFP, our Nutrition Fact Panel, you'll go and look and compare that to a lot of other companies, and you look at the RDAs and it'll say 1,000% of vitamin C, or 2,500% of, your B12 and all these things. And so what we did was, rather than try to go and give you this marketing deal that makes you feel good because, man, I'm getting all of these things, right? Well, your body can only process so much at any given time. So all of that extra that they're putting in there ends up in the toilet, ends up in the sewer. So these have all been designed for if you take the average, this is what our body can, assimilate and utilize at any given serving. And so if you're taking one of those, for example, the Conquer, yesterday I drank 3 of them, and
That's hydration.
That's the energy one.
Energy. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was leading into trade show season, survival mode, right?
Yep.
Because what guys don't realize, and I never did until I started working them, it's exhausting.
Oh, it's
Man, you are on 24/7. You got a little, like if you're actually working a trade show properly. So I tell the guys, like, you're getting up, you're going in the morning, you have your meetings with clients or whoever else, right? You're just on. Then you're in the booth or you're at the booth connecting, making relationships. And then you're going to dinner with clients and things like that.
Yep.
Then by the time you get back, and this is, I think, where it separates professionals from not, you're processing that day.
Mm-hmm.
What are the action items? Who do I need to follow up with? You're making list.
Yep.
And then you crash.
Yep.
And you wake up, you're like, I don't drink, and I feel hungover.
Mm-hmm.
I literally feel hungover every day after a trade show.
Yep.
Right.
I know the exact
And you're
feeling.
grinding, and it's like, man. So, with that in mind, like, so your energy drinks, like you can still take that, sleep well on it, all that kind of stuff is what you're saying, and you can't overdo it because I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, he's gonna try it.
Yeah. No, well, I'm going to use it. I'm not going to try it. I'm going to give it the old college try here, because like, we were laughing. It
He's
sounds
asking
like,
if he could take 5, is what he's saying.
yeah, well, we were chatting earlier, and I guess you did a podcast with Epic, and they
Yep,
were
Epic
big
Outdoors.
on Monster there for a
Yep.
while. It sounded like they pivoted.
Yep.
I love those guys. I
Yep.
do some podcasts with them
Yeah.
too. They're good partners of ours.
Jason and John and
We're literally, our booth is right next to them
okay.
by design, right? And I'd always go over there and grab their monsters throughout the day.
Yep.
Right. And you kind of feel gross, to be honest with you, but it'd give me enough to keep pushing through.
Yep.
And then I'd make myself drink water just to say, okay, I need to offset it a little bit,
Yep.
So kind of looking at this product, you're saying, hey, you can take it 3-4 times a
Yep.
day, no big deal. Just kind of space it a little bit, I
Yep.
guess, right?
My only recommendation, and this is my rule for myself, is I try not to drink one after 6 unless I'm going to be, doing something that's going to keep me really busy. Because if it's just like sitting in my computer doing busy work or whatever, I will get that bump, and then and it's going to be a 3 to 5 hour ride on that bump, and so I try not to take one after about 5 or 6 if I'm going to try to get to bed at 10 or 11. But if I have to be up, like you were saying, this season right now, and every night you're meeting with people and you're up till midnight or whatever, yeah, I'd still take one at 6, but I wouldn't if you're just chilling at home and you're doing your normal routine. 2 or 3, and then just kind of cut her down by 3 o'clock, maybe your 4 o'clock's your last one. If you're trying to go to bed by 10, that's my personal rule for myself is I try to get in bed by 10 o'clock.
That's good perspective. That's what I'm asking, right?
Yep.
Like, so what's the application of it for a guy like me? And
Yep.
That's kind of what I was looking
Doing the
for.
math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and guess what? You'll be, John Peterson was, he called me when I was walking over here and he's like, hey, you got to get your product in here, bud. We need your product. And so as soon as I leave here, I'm going straight to their booth to go
Might not make it.
and load up their booth with a bunch of products. So
Sorry, John. No, that's
Put it in the
great.
middle. We'll put it in the middle.
Yeah, there we go. Neutral.
yeah, we'll take good care of you. We'll take good care of you. You'll be good. And then just stay hydrated, And one of my favorite things to do is I mix those two together. And then we have another flavor. We have peach mango in the Conquer as well. And then we have mandarin orange in the Quench. And I mix those two together. So then I'm getting vasodilation. I'm getting all my electrolytes, and I'm getting a little natural, energy bump at the same time. And that's my go-to. I mix those two together all the time.
Because with the electrolytes, it's the same thing, right? You can overdo it with that where your body's not absorbing or too much sodium, correct?
Yep.
But you just pee it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're paying for it. You know what I mean?
Might
And
as well
so
use it.
let your body use it, and then just take another one when you need it, rather than try to have like this super shot or whatever. And you're not going to get the same benefit. You're not going to assimilate 2,500% of all your electrolytes at any given time.
I have to force myself to drink water. I'm one of those guys.
Yep.
Like, I don't really love it. I'll
Yeah.
drink it. But
Yep.
to me, and I can sit here and use a product like that, then I'll hydrate.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy part is a lot of people don't realize this. I see women do this a lot, especially the last 4 or 5 years, there's been the tumbler rage, and you see every woman, it seems like,
Stanley.
oh man, they all have their giant Stanley cups and it's all ice water. and yet they're not hydrated, because there's no trace minerals in there. There's no electrolytes. And so they're not actually hydrated. You can be completely hydrated, full of water, and be dehydrated.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to, trying to process through it. But
You can feel it. You can feel when your body needs to be replenished. Like when you're taking this stuff, and yeah, you're not going to, because you can actually feel the effects of it. For me personally, I wasn't going to overdo it. I didn't need to take tiger's blood over and over. I could feel when my body needed it. And it's pretty immediate too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were, you took quite a bit of product on those hunts with Luke last fall.
Yeah. We stopped mixing it with water. We just started.
Yeah, they were like mainlining it. They were just taking the packet and it's like put
It tastes good.
Mouth.
Yeah. It's not one of those things where you're, just choking it down. I mean, they taste good. Even just the powder right to the tongue.
Well, and that's I'm glad you brought that point up because, that's probably the number one complaint. You mentioned the brand. I try never to talk about other companies.
I
other
understand, but
brands
we
and
can't,
stuff.
right?
Yeah. And the only reason is that, just out of respect for them and what they're doing. And then I don't want to be that guy that has to build my brand. I have to crap on somebody else's, you know what I mean? So, but one of the brands that you mentioned was also the brand in the line company and that they didn't like. And then as a hunter, as somebody who's also tried lots of other brands, who's been in this industry, who's, worked with a lot of other companies to help them formulate their products, flavor and palatability is like, it's like sacrosanct when you can hit that and people will, actually consume it instead of force themselves. Like you were talking about, I have to force myself to drink water. Well, how bad is it when you have to force yourself to drink a hydration drink or have to force yourself to drink an energy drink? And so these actually, and I'm pretty proud of the fact that we were able to take natural ingredients and mask very, very, very bitter flavors. And it still is very pleasant to the, the taste and the palate. So I'm proud of that.
I'm excited to try it. No, and I respect what you said right there, but from a real world application,
No.
for a guy like me, it's like, hey man, this is what I'm using. This is how it makes me feel. I'm looking for something different.
Yeah.
So it's always better to have somebody else kind of toot your horn.
Oh no, I
versus
appreciate
be the guy
that.
doing
Keep
it,
tooting,
right?
please. Keep tooting.
Yeah. Give me the list again. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. There's X and Y's.
No, I'm excited to try it. So if guys want to get the product, the best way, I guess, is what, online?
Yeah.
Your website?
Yep. ApexNextEvolution.com. And then if they use the code Apex25, any of your clients, they'll get a 25% discount at checkout. And
Heck yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for that.
yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, can we circle back to team roping?
Yeah.
Could you tell Blaine about what happened in Denver,
Oh, yeah.
please?
Oh, so was it about a month ago? Yeah, it was a month ago this Saturday. I went over to the National Western Stock Show and a bunch of us, the PBR is like the first 5 days of that event. And we were team penning. We were the, show in the middle. So they'll do like 3 flights of bulls and then we would come out and we'll do a team penning, 10 teams. We have 200 teams that will compete in Jefferson at the, fairgrounds up there for 10 spots to ride in the big show. There's 5,000-6,000 people in that arena for the PBR. Big deal. So Saturday morning, I'm warming my horse up and he's never bucked on me, never done anything. Warming my horse up and go through my warm-up routine. I'm just getting ready to ride out of the arena and a guy rides up next to me and I'm just loping my horse and guy rides up next to me and we start talking and I kind of let my guard down a little bit and I'm talking to him just like you and I would, and we're like this close to each other and all of a sudden my horse he decides he wants to be a bucking bronc. Never bucked on me before. He's a 13-year-old horse. He's awesome, well-trained, well-broke. I paid top dollar for him. And he buried his head, buried his front feet. And when you're loping a horse, your butt never really should be leaving the saddle. And so I was deep in my seat and he catapulted me and I started to go over his head and over the saddle. And then my right hand, I caught him right behind the head. And then I hooked my legs and my spurs caught the back of the saddle. And so it kind of trapped me right there. And then when he collected and went to go buck again, he threw me back onto the seat. Well, in the process of doing that, the bottom, I had a rope wrap on my saddle horn and that rubber caught the bottom of my jeans, which caught can I say this on?
Undercarriage.
Go ahead.
Caught my nuts. and going forward, and then caught him coming back. And I didn't realize what had happened at first. And I was mad. There was 50 guys warming their horses up in the arena. I was pissed. And so then I just rode the snot out of him for like 5 minutes. I go riding out of the arena. I go to get off, and my buddy Tate goes, "Dude, are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah, why?" I'm like pissed at Jeter right now. That's the horse's name. I go, "I'm pissed at Jeets. He just tried to throw me out there, little sucker." And he goes, "Dude, you're sweating like, and you look like you saw a ghost." And right when he said that, you know that feeling when you right here on both sides
and your stomach
and my stomach, and I go, "Oh, dude." And I start waddling to the bathroom. I get in there, go into the, handicap stall. I pull my pants down, and there was a knot on the bottom of my right testicle. It was about this big, and a knot forming on the other one about this big, and they were turning color, and the whole thing was swelling up. Ended up in the emergency room, and had to sit for 3 days with nothing but a bag of ice. Like donuts.
That's what cured me from baseball in 3rd grade. I didn't have a cup.
Okay.
Took a grounder to the nuts.
Oh,
I had to like spread eagle in bed for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh.
Like elephantitis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was proud of the fact, man. I was like, dude, I didn't know those suckers could get that big, but they were legitimately, I'm not kidding you, they were the size of plums, and they turned about the exact same color.
Oh man.
But the worst part is that while I was in the hospital, I'm not kidding you, I had 25, 30 people. They were all coming in to look at him. I mean, nurses, doctors, RAs, like they were all coming in, and it's like, could you just let me have some peace and privacy, please? I mean,
Take a picture.
yeah, whatever, could you just let me,
Get your dignity.
yeah, have my dignity here, Finally, I just laid back and do your thing, whatever. And they would come in, well, we're sorry. We don't see this kind of stuff and this kind of trauma very often. And so it was, for them, it was interesting. For me, it was embarrassing.
You're speaking a little higher now too, right?
A little bit. No, it was fun though. And you know how cowboys are, they start putting pressure on you and calling you names and everything. And so I was like, hell with this. So after 3 days and a bunch of anti-inflammatories and ice and everything, they were still pretty ginger and tender, and they were all bruised up and everything. But I rolled up a pair of my other underwear, put them like sorry, I can say this on here, but like, maxi pad or something, put them underneath there.
Yep.
And then I ended up competing on the last couple of days of the event, got a couple of placed in it. I didn't win any of the classes, but I placed 2nd and 3rd in a couple, won a few $1,000s. And so it was kind of funny. Paid for my hospital visit.
It's awesome.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, you called me when it was still fresh.
Oh.
I feel like it was just a few days later.
Oh,
So it was still fresh, and you were still hurting a little bit, and I could not stop laughing.
yeah.
I don't know if you expected that or not.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Can we flash a picture for the podcast?
My brother called me, or, he was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing over there?" And I just got out of the hospital. I told him, he's like, "Oh, Bo." And yeah, we're brothers. Like, I mean, he's like, "You got to send me pictures, please." I'm like, "The hell I'm sending you pictures. I know what you'll do. Those things will be on the internet. It'll be on your Instagram. It'll be, like."
Check these things out.
Yeah. So no pictures have been circulated.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, it was fun though. It was fun. It was a good time. And that, that community, once again, the USTPA, they're a huge, supporter of ours. They've been huge. They really opened up like Oklahoma, Texas, Kentucky, that whole kind of Southeast region, Louisiana. So yeah, we've got a lot of clients that have come just through our participation and involvement. And I think that's one of the things that, it's the same thing in you guys' business as well. When you're sincere, you're authentic, you're genuine, and people feed on that. And I think
you're
it's
passionate about
yeah,
those two things:
and-
the rodeo side, the hunting side, that whole thing. It's something you could speak on. It just adds so much
Yeah.
to so much value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you guys selling ranches and doing that stuff. I mean, you guys know the the people, the industry, the culture, and you can talk to it. It's not a pretend like drugstore cowboy walking in from, a city slicker that doesn't know poop from Shinola, kind of a thing. And I think people really genuinely appreciate and they gravitate towards brands and people like that.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. It's being relational, not transactional. And that's where most people fall flat on their face.
Yep.
They may be successful for a brief period of time, but they're not going to,
Yeah. That's a great way to say it. It's relational, not transactional. I'm going to steal that one from you. That's a good one.
He preaches
That's
on
another
it hard for us.
5%.
Is that 5% right there?
We're sitting at 10 now.
Yeah.
In
Are
case
you,
we
are you
weren't
keeping track of all this? Okay, perfect. Perfect.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, this was great. Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, you bet.
of
I
fun.
appreciate you guys having us. And
Yeah.
like I said, we'll go hook your booth up and make sure you guys are hydrated and energized and recovered every day. How about that?
Absolutely. I'm excited to try it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't you bet. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Likewise.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
Well done.
All done. Thanks, boys.
Heck yeah.
That was fun. This is great equipment that you guys got here. Like, this is amazing that you can just put this together, like, and have that clarity. And
Yeah. Oh, him. He's got a hound.
Super mobile.
Yeah, that is. You need to clap.
yeah, that's amazing. Like,
So what product helped you get back on the saddle faster? That's what I meant to ask.
the recovery.